Hello, everybody. Misfit, you are first. Welcome, Oberion. Gosu, how you doing? Painting Sun is feeling all right. I think he's getting better. Painting Wife and I are currently feeling all right, so we will see how it goes. Wondering Picked, welcome. So, we have a short stream today. Had a busy morning, to say the least. But, yeah, I'm going to spend a little bit of time. We're going to hang out and paint something different. We're not going to work on Emperor's Children. We're gonna try to hammer down the Emperor's Children the next 2 days if I can get some things together with them. Little hiccup with the project, but that's okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. We're gonna paint this old Thousand Suns Librarian. Really cool Forge World mini, and I am going to jump right in with the gold. So I have an example mini here. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and start right on it. Yeah, me too. Me too. Big Thousand Suns enjoyer. Got this cool Forge World mini. I knew I had to get this mini when they released it, so it's just a fantastic looking Librarian mini. But yeah, we're gonna put down some base coats. I made way too many goals for myself this month, so I have actual commissions to do. I don't like to do like more than one at a time unless I'm like really going really crazy, but those Emperor's Children, I have for myself, I wanted to paint at least a Thousand Suns mini this month, so I have this Librarian I want to paint before the end of the month. I want to finish my Vampire Counts army. I basically have a bunch of characters. Since I finished those Blood Knights, it's a bunch of different characters, but they all take time to paint. Those take more time than just infantry. And I have the corpse card, which is really cool. But I have that. I have a paint 100 minis at once project to do. Should only take a day. Good. Have that we're gonna try. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Awesome miniature Skeleton King, thank you very much. I agree. I am not a fan of buying stuff like Forge World resin minis. But I bought this mini, and I am very happy with my purchase of this mini. This is just a solid mini. The sculpt was really good, minimal warping. I will tell you guys, thing I learned about Forge World resin and warping. The classic technique for getting rid of warping or bending pieces is you use like boiling or near boiling water, and you dip the mini in the near boiling water for a couple seconds, you pull it out and you shape it and you put it in an ice bath. That's too much. Don't do that. You can go spend $10 and you get a little heat gun, plugs into the wall, and that little heat gun you just like blast some heat on the piece for like 5-10 seconds, and you just shape it, and then it cools down naturally, you know, and you get your piece exactly where you need to. So heat gun for the win. Boiling water may be better with like really big pieces. Hey Zan, how you doing, man? I was thinking I was going to be sick this morning. I was thinking it was gonna be here. Painting wife wasn't feeling great last night, but apparently she's feeling better this morning. So, a hair, yeah. So not a hair dryer. A hair dryer won't get hot enough in a concentrated area that you need. You need a straight like there are products labeled heat gun. Um, Yeah, and they have a much more concentrated and like higher source of heat. Yeah, they get super. Yeah, it will burn your skin, like the heat gun will, just blowing on your skin. Ask me how I know that, but I've not got any actual like burns, but like you stick your finger near it or whatever, like it'll burn your skin. No jokes. We're not joke. We got too much to do today, Oberion, to joke. And we can't handle hair dryer jokes today. Hair dryer gets a hot, please throw it out. Yeah. Times for jokes. Moving. No. Hair dryer jokes don't make the world. Fine. It's fine, man. Yeah, but no, actual heat gun, they're super cheap online, like yeah, like I said, like $10. Totally worth it. Or if you find yourself buying a lot of resin, whether it's from Forge World or any other company that sells like the non-printed resin. I don't know if a heat gun would melt or unwarp printed resin, but I don't have issue with warping on printed resin. I have other problems with printed resin. Seems to be fairly brittle. Welcome in, guys. Thanks for coming to chill with me. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope you guys have had a great weekend. Spent the weekend with sick kid. Pretty mild sickness, all things considered, but still sick. We had a bunch of plans this weekend and canceled everything, which stinks. Stuff painting son wanted to do, but where to do it? You gonna defrost my AC coils? Oh yeah, okay. There you go. There you go. Dang. I am looking at the GW picture for reference. I might follow along with that photo a little bit. What's cool about this guy being a Thousand Suns librarian is Thousand Suns in-game don't really use librarians because all of their characters are psychers, so you don't need to pay all the extra points for a librarian. But you can make any Centurion character can look like this guy. Because you're like, oh, I have a Master of Signal. He's all about like, you know, like radio comms and like bringing down reinforcements and all this stuff. But it's like, that's a psychic ability of a Thousand Sun. So look, he got a staff and he does cool stuff like that. So there, Master of Signal. Or, you know, whatever else, whatever other character. This could be my champion. He's just really good at psychic abilities and it makes him like a really good duelist. Or, yeah. All kinds of crazy stuff like that you can do. You can be a good chaplain. Funny enough, chaplains are made to prevent librarians from using powers, but Thousand Suns chaplains can be psychers. So, don't think I've ever tried any Forge World minis. 90% of the minis I own are eBay rescues. Oh, yeah. This is the first legitimate Forge World mini that I own. That's just for me that I bought. So I have lots of other minis, either people gifted or are, you know, maybe third party. It's surprising. Yeah. Well, and you know, a big reason is Forge World is expensive. It's way, well, for a long time, Forge World was significantly more expensive than Games Workshop proper. Now anymore, the price comparison, at least with like characters, is not so different. So if you're really wanting something that, you know, has like the unique flair that a Forge World Mini would give you, you don't need to just be like, oh man, it costs double what a Games Workshop character costs, and you just ignore it. Like this mini costs, I think, 10% more. It was $40 for this miniature, which is a lot. It's a lot for a single Space Marine character, but a normal like Primaris Space Marine Lieutenant or whatever is already $35-40, right? Like, with that flare, I'm a sucker Forge World Mini. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like Forge World Minis. I think they look great. For me, it's like a price and an inconvenience thing. But yeah, they do take a lot of extra time to mess with, and you know, I have assembled and painted other people's Forge World Minis. I have some complaints. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a hassle. Like I said, for like a character, like a cool character, if and when a Magnus Ascended or Transfigured mini comes out, I might have fun and get the Forge World mini for that. Because again, I am a sucker for Thousand Suns, so. I need more blue. Order some. It has a wrist here. Mag's a great character too. She's back to reading books that feature him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thousand Suns is my favorite Legion, but my favorite Horus Heresy novel. I've read, I don't know, maybe 15 to 20 of them. My favorite. That was kind of how I decided, like, yeah, Thousand Suns are my Legion. I'm also like I've been playing 40k for a long time, and I was never much into Psykers. Like, I never liked the Psyker factions. I never had a librarian for my old Space Marine army. You know, I never did that kind of stuff. But kind of something a lot different from what I usually did. Use Audible or audio for audiobooks? No, I don't. I don't. I do have like a nice repository of audiobooks that someone kindly sent me. I honestly prefer to read more than audiobooks. And when I read, like, man, I really don't care for like reading ebooks. Like, it's not bad, but yeah, it was a little jank. It was a little jank, but it worked out. You know, I know dude's probably tracking all my movements right now or something, but we're good. No, I was actually a regular here. Yeah, physical books are nice. I'm sure if it had like an e-reader, it would be different because I know like the backlight is different and there's, you know, like specific things, but like yeah, reading a book on my phone or whatever is not the most pleasant thing. And if I have too much like ADHD that like if I'm listening to an audiobook, I need to be doing something, and normally that thing I'm doing is painting. And if I'm painting, I'm usually either in like listening on someone's stream, or like I have plenty of like YouTube random things that I listen in on. So let's see. Audiobooks are like an extra thing to fit in my schedule. I usually just don't. E-reader's different. Yeah. My paint gun to work. If I can find where to store it. Don't you work at like a storage unit? Also, that sounds like you're asking to get fired. Could be crazy. I don't know. Things could be different in Florida. Yeah, problem is there's a car wash next door. Oh, okay. Factory work. Yeah. Oh no. The AdMech books made it less boring. You're just listening to like Prayers of the Omnissiah. Or is reading ebook over an actual physical book. Hey, that's fine. It's nice we have the options though. Like everybody's different with that, so. And my wife, she buys so many books. She reads them too, but it's like physical books. So like our living room, she just bought like 6 more books this weekend. Like a full-on library. Have some AdMech books in binary. Yeah, there you go. Cars line up for the wash. Turns up the speaker and then sings off key. Oh, that's... Yeah, she is the reading wife. Definitely. Yeah. She is much more the reading wife than the painting. Only they have Warhammer books? Yeah. Yep, they do. They do. Wandering Pick. Nice. My brother actually should be in Florida right now. He is a first responder, and he has been in North Carolina for a couple weeks after Helene, doing emergency response, waiting to go to Florida. He was hoping to go to Florida at least. A lot of his role in North Carolina was done, so he was sitting around waiting for stuff a lot. Like doing that, so... Paramedic who's sent down North Carolina. Yeah. Crazy. He's making good money, but I don't think he would choose not to go even if the money was garbage. Like, he loves that kind of stuff. He loves going and helping people, and yeah. My brother was he was staged near a hospital in Asheville. And I guess the hospital, their entire like septic sewage system was on the verge of failing. And so after doing like actual like 911 calls and emergency response for a week or two, he sat in that staging area for another week waiting for that hospital sewage system to collapse, basically, and for them to call and need evacuation. So he was just on call, like waiting for a hospital to need 600 patients evacuated or whatever. So it's pretty nuts to think about, but he was so bored. And I think they were trying to get it all stabilized before he went to Florida to help. Heard about some of the stuff going on this weekend down in North Carolina. So I actually varnished this mini by hand. I painted some gloss varnish just with a brush on this mini after spraying all the clear red on, and then I hand brushed some Ultramat. AK Ultramat. I stand by my statement that it is a terrible varnish, but it is an incredible matte finish. So, as long as you're not using it as a varnish, putting a varnish underneath it, you should be good. Okay, just his staff. Not a lot of gold on his staff, just a couple pieces. I use AK varnishes to seal minis for putting decals on. Decal solution 8 through. Oh no. Oh, that's so bad, yeah. Yeah, I had Army Painter gloss varnish, but I just got some new gloss varnish. I got a couple things in my store. I still have it in the baggie here. What did I get? I just got the oh, this is Army Painter. I thought it was Vallejo, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. More gloss varnish. So hopefully that stuff's okay. What else did I get? I'm gonna try this stuff. Try this stuff on the Emperor's Children. I figured I had like 35 minis to base, and I had a little bit of like that Martian Iron Earth or whatever, the GW stuff, but I don't think that was going to get me through, so I got the Pearl stuff. That's the first Pearl basing material I've owned, so it's exciting. Pearl gloss varnish, try it out. Only used it a few times, it seems decent. Nice. Yes, I wasn't sure that they actually made gloss varnish. That's cool. We'll look for that next time. I saw the ads for the new like spray primers and varnish for Monument Hobbies. They're like pro acryl rattle cans, and it was really funny because you look at the title of the video and like the ad or whatever, and it's like check out our cans and all this stuff, and It's like all tongue-in-cheek, and then they get into the video, and it's literally just Jason standing there, like, giving you a detailed explanation on how rattle can primers work, and why they chose what they chose, and how they did things differently. It's just like this super informative, like, advertisement. If you, I guess it is an advertisement, but it's pretty funny. Yeah. Well, they you know, they put out ads and they always make these like, yeah, they always make like these super like goofy, like over the top ads, and like they're really funny, and so like I was like, well, this one's got a funny title. I bet it's gonna be like super goofy or whatever, and then it's just like Jason standing there and like, you know, rattle can primers use an accelerant. Normally, it's this chemical, and we changed it to this chemical while working with chemists. And like he just does that. It's just funny. Yeah, they do put out top tier stuff though. Absolutely. Concerned about making mistakes, but we're gonna work our way around here. I did put a wash on the dragon. The dragon has its brown wash. The zombie dragon I was painting on Sunday. Now it's just all the highlights. Other nonsense like that. Renova. Looked out for me, really nice. Oh, that's cool. Well, good. Maybe next year I'll head out to a convention. Try a convention and see if I can do a thing there. I don't know. One thing at a time, though, right? Nova 2025. Yeah, Nova always seemed like a good one to go to. But I've never been to Adepticon or Gen Con, and those are two that look like they'd be a lot of fun. Alright, we gotta get the backpack, and I think that's it for this base coat of gold. I started on the backpack, and then I made a mistake, and then I went to correct it, and like I had to use a bunch of water to fix it, so I was like, alright, can't do that one first. Hey, T-Slayer, how you doing? I'm doing great. Busy morning. Really busy morning, so had family was all home yesterday, and my son was sick this weekend, and so I felt like super behind this morning. I was like, you know, I gotta get a bunch of stuff done. I gotta take some time out of my stream to do that. So, yeah. It's Tuesday. Hopefully your day gets better as it goes and your week gets better. I've been watching, me and the painting wife have been watching Rings of Power and really enjoying it. We got through the first 4 episodes, which I had watched the first 4 episodes of the second season before. So everything we watch from here on out, I haven't seen yet. But we have been watching episodes and watching episode breakdowns by Nerd of the Rings. This is a really good, like, Lord of the Rings YouTuber. It's like lore YouTuber. So it's been really cool to like pick up all the little nuances and the references and everything. So it's neat. It's like Círdan mentions Rumil, and like Nerd of the Ring just breaks down like who is Rumil, and like here he is, and here's when he existed, and here's all the things. Friend told me the last episode had been some of the best Lord of the Rings since Peter Jackson. Ooh, okay, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Please don't spoil it, guys. If you've seen it, if you don't like it, that's fine. So we all have things we like and we don't like, but yeah, I'm enjoying the second season so far. The dwarves are the best part of that show. Like, I really like the Celebrimbor and the Anatar stuff. Has been really cool also, but like, man, the dwarves are just standout. I love it. Absolutely loving the whole dwarf storyline. Guy who plays Prince Durin is on point. He is, yeah. My favorite thing about the dwarves, like there's so many cool things. My favorite things when they're having conversations with each other. And Disa, like Durin's wife, is really good about doing this. They'll reference like just part of their language is like saying very dwarvish things, which is really cool. Like it's like supernatural. Like not supernatural, like very natural sounding, and they just like reference like dwarven, like things you would expect dwarves to talk about. Yeah, I am painting a Thousand Sons librarian. This is for 30k. Horus Heresy. Trying to figure out what color I'm going to paint. I think white's my next color here. Maybe dark gray or black, but yeah, it's for my Thousand Sons army. I've had this made. It's a Forge World mini, and I've had it for a little bit, so it took forever to get this mini, actually. Hey, Blue, what's going on, man? How are you doing? Mini came out last year. Like, it was out of stock. I had it on, like, on order since March. I didn't get it until probably August or so. $30k color scheme. Yeah, the Thousand Sons color scheme is great. Sometimes I partially regret the color scheme. Like, it looks gorgeous, but it takes so much more effort to paint than a lot of the other legions out there. So it's kind of annoying. Like, if I were painting something like Raven Guard or Salamanders or even like White Scars, like I'd be flying through minis. But this color scheme just has a lot of weird things. Just slow it down. Bad. Work stress. Getting close to 5 p.m. Nice. Alright. Good, man. Your stream last night, based on how you were talking before your stream, I swore you were going to be playing like video games. I was like, oh, maybe I can get in, we could play some Dawn of War or something, but it lasted the whole stream painting. We need a lap table to come in so I can build my Warhammer 40k figures. Nice. Alright. What kind of stuff do you have to build? What kind of figures? Minis. Okay, so this knee. Straight up white. I took a tip from Crucia Blue here. I noticed he did this, but I put sand. This is like an aggregate. I just have this huge tub of this stuff in my my mini holders, so it weighs them down. And yeah, everything is so much more stable. It's incredible. I don't just like barely nudge a mini and it just falls over, especially on these taller paint containers. The doctor figure out what's happening, why it's getting worse. The shaking, yeah, that sucks. Well, hopefully he's like, you're not getting enough, I don't know, like fiber or something weird, you know? Like, it's nothing serious. emblems here. Yep, make little mistakes. We can figure this out. Taking suspicion that's not it. Yeah, yeah. 2 box Acadian Shock Troopers, Tempestus Psi, and box of Space Return. Nice. Alright, alright. Iron depleted on top of already having bad nerve pain. Yeah. Yeah, iron deficiency. Yeah, might be some of that too. Why getting old is terrible. You just have a random pain show up like somewhere that's never hurt before, and you're like, am I gonna die today? Is this cancer? Like, is that what this is? That happens to me. Isn't painful, just agitating. Yeah. Yeah. Look a little messy now on this one emblem, but highlights will clean up. A smaller brush because we have more white to get on some difficult areas. Okay, let's make sure there's no larger areas of white. There is, like his inner cloak. We could probably do the inner. Let's do the inner cloak here. Otherwise, that's it. I thought Thousand Suns were turquoise. These are the pre-heresy Thousand Suns, which were mainly red with white and gold. There was some blue and yellow that showed up, or like turquoise and yellow that showed up, but that was like a specific cult. How are you going? Can put all this. Yeah, you get what you got to get done. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow, Wandering Pig. Great chatting with you, though. It's always great having another Thousand Suns fan hanging out. It'd be really cool if Games Workshop eventually got around to like Siege of Terra campaign and game rules and stuff, and we ended up with like rubric Thousand Suns in the Heresy. That would be really cool. I just want more stuff for my army, that's all. That's kind of how everybody is. Everybody wants more options, right? A lot of this cloak is going to be hidden, but just getting base colors where we need it. Iron Warriors are never getting a Praetor. What are you talking about? What today? Yeah. Just go see Dr. House and he'll find out you have some kind of parasite or something between your toe that's like making you shake, and moves it and you're like all better. says it while being like super snarky. I don't know. I've never watched House. I've just seen some like clips of it. Inches from death's door from the. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. All right, all right. Maybe you're just one of the goofy side stories in the show. Like, you know, like the kid that's like, "Oh no, I'm in such pain." And they're like, "Well, what is it?" And he's like, "Well, I just wanted to skip school, so I needed a doctor's note." That's why I'm here. That's the better option. Yeah, yeah, it gotta be like the B story, yeah. I actually remembered a meal prep this week. Pretty solid meal prep. I was really proud of myself. It sounds so lame, but I ate a lot of chicken anymore for like my meal prep because chicken's like super high protein, like really lean. But I made chicken thighs and I just grilled chicken thighs last night, and I seasoned them really well. But like I use like minimal like oil, you know, because again, like you know, trying to watch the calories and everything. But so yeah, I just seasoned it really well. Put a bunch of paprika, cumin, oregano, salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, that kind of stuff. And yeah, I grilled them. They turned out amazing. It tastes so good. Chicken thighs taste so much better than chicken breast. Like it's there's no comparison. Yep, cooking stream. I have heard stories about cooking streams and how it's like a nightmare. I mean, that I made some rice and I really random, but I was like, you know, I want a veggie to go with this that I can cook up real quick. And so I just bought a couple zucchini and I was like, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. Every morning, I'm just going to chop up a zucchini. I'm just going to put it in the air fryer. I'm just going to roast it for like 10 minutes or 12 minutes or whatever. And that's what I did. And it was great. So I ate a whole zucchini and chicken thighs and a bit of rice. Not that much rice, but a bit of rice. We don't eat a lot of chicken in our house anymore because we have people allergic to chicken in the family. So we can't eat a lot of chicken. No point in making it for dinner because it just ends up being me that eats it pretty much. So yeah, I gotta eat it on my own. Yeah, the audio portion of cooking stream. Yeah, I bet. My cooking stream would end up like all it would be is me just like standing next to, and then like that's it. But like you know, I'm sure every man in this stream is like, yeah, yeah, just watch the grill. The outside of my grill is filthy though, because I don't like wipe down the outside of my grill. Probably could get some kind of cleaning solution. Just do that. Chilling by the grill is something I always. It's true, yeah. As I was saying that out loud, I was like, you know what? Never mind. That's probably what people would want to see. Just smoking meats, like Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, something else depending on the company. Yeah. You know, that reminds me, not beer, but I did try the Coke, the Oreo flavored Coke. How far are we on the lefty model? Not far at all. Did you redeem one? I don't have a sound alert set up for it, so I never see it because I'm using Restream. But if you want me to, just let me know if you are, and I'll pull it out. We'll paint it for a couple minutes. He is away on a shelf at this point because kind of a butt to people. Not painting that guy. I've been so focused on like just getting things done. I'm in stream. Redeem happened. Okay. Okay. Let me finish this white color Dexar, and then I'll pull out the left-handed mini. Makes you feel better on paint skills. Okay, okay. I don't even remember what we were doing last time we were painting. I'm getting factor meals delivered today. I got 20 meals. I only buy it when it's on sale. It's a good deal. Really walk days. This is gonna be fun laying around huge pump. No. That's cool. We did what's there's like what's the really big one? We did that, the meal delivery. And it was like it was really cheap, and we got a bunch of extra free meals out of it for like a first week, and so we did it. And it was pretty funny because we looked at the food they gave us and we're like, this is almost nothing. Like, we're going to eat all this and we're going to be starving afterwards. But then by the time we cooked the meal, we're like, oh, okay, this is like a really like perfect portion for 2 people. It ended up being like plenty of food. So we liked it, but I don't know. It was also difficult with like the food allergy thing that happens, so you know, we'd be checking off a bunch of boxes and we'd be left with like 3 meals that we can have. And that's just boring. So man, sorry you're doing crappy today like that, Gosu. Yeah, HelloFresh, that's the one. Calm down, Nightbot. Okay, so we got that, and then we have to get these shoulder pieces here. Spend a few minutes on our left-handed mini. Stay away from ordering food. Yeah, definitely. Hey, you won. What's going on? Hope you're doing well, man. I really like the color palette on this mini. He's got a lot of like grays and some blue on him. And I think that'll be really cool for just setting them a little bit apart. Okay. That's it for the white. Yeah, all right. Let's get Painting drop pods, nice. Yeah, for your Imperialis. I saw the prices for the Mechanicum box is like a lot lower. The Imperialis Mechanicus box a lot lower than the other starter sets were. Okay, let me grab this mini. Box with like 70 militia sitting in it, so. If you guys want to see, I think this brown wash is about dry. Here's the dragon. Current progress on the dragon. I just put a coat of Agrax Earthshade over the entire thing. That's what I did. And we went with a green dragon. You know, so it's an undead forest dragon. Yeah. So we'll be getting on the highlights and everything, and then we have his little vampire rider to paint after this. Who's gonna have blue armor. So yeah, that's what we got. For a long time, I held off assembling that dragon because I thought that what's we paint? It's got like little like knick-knack things. Could paint little skin and skull things. Yeah, let's do that. But I held off on painting it because I figured that I would print out like a flame that's coming out of his mouth, and I found someone sent a picture of this like cool conversion someone did, and there's some really cool things with it, and I was like, you know, maybe I can do this. And you have to like repose the dragon and everything, and yeah, I was like, you know what, I'm just not going to do it. This is the first Death Guard mini I've painted. I have to date finished one left-handed mini. That's it. And it was a skink from Age of Sigmar / the Old World. It was like a skink priest. Yeah, and back to the food conversation. We for dinner last night we made a spaghetti squash dish, and I don't know if anyone here has ever eaten spaghetti squash. It's not great. But what you do is you like I cut the squash in half like long ways, and we roast it in the oven at like 425 degrees. I don't know, 30 minutes or something. And then it just kind of like pulls apart into like strands, and they're like crunchy, you know, like a veggie. But we do that, and then I made like a meat sauce, like a pasta sauce, and put it in there, and we made a whole bunch of it. And yeah, it's very much, it definitely doesn't hold up to regular pasta, but when like a cup of pasta, like cooked pasta, is like 300 calories, and a cup of spaghetti squash is like 30, if that, maybe 25 calories for a cup of spaghetti squash. And like, you cover it in sauce, but if you're making like a marinara sauce, like there's not a lot of calories in that either. So it was basically the ground beef in the marinara that was all of the calories that I ate last night. But we made that, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna eat a bunch of this. You know, I have a whole bunch, so made myself a giant plate. Ended up being like huge portion, and I ate it. I'm like, okay, cool. I still have like 500 calories I need to eat. So I ate a little more. And I was like, all right, I got 380 calories or like 400 calories to eat or whatever, and I was like, this is just not working. So I started eating just like I'm just gonna eat like apples and bananas and stuff. Like that's how I'm gonna make up this calories. It's a good problem to have, right? Because it's really good for you. Just for eating for dinner tonight. So got to have a pasta adjacent meal. Yeah, but you make the so you make the pasta sauce to go with it, or you just use a pasta. I don't know. I like to make my own marinara type sauce, but and then you mix it with the spaghetti squash and you bake it for another half hour or so. So it's like a time consuming dish, but is really good. Good. Skull there. Skull up there that we'll get. I'm a big fan of that because I can stuff myself. Still good for it. Still trying to hit my goal before November. So we'll see. I got another like 8 pounds to lose. Let's see, any more like little maggots crawling on him or anything? I don't think so, but I think that color is. I think that's where we're gonna get today, on the left-handed redemption there. We'll go place. We gotta paint this like surgeon fabric he has, and we got these little tokens and stuff. A couple things. We're gonna wash them. We'll start highlighting. It'll be good. Not too much longer on the. Well, it'll be a while longer on him, but all right. TBD. Back in regular diet now for 1.5 months. Been doing fairly well. Nice. All right. Well, good. Good for you. Yeah, I kind of plateaued, and it's like, which is probably just regular thing. But I got out of a couple habits that I was doing, so, um, but yeah, I hit a point where I was, I was kind of sitting around certain weights, and then like after a week I would drop like a pound or so, and then it would continue on, and like I don't think you're supposed to lose more than like 2 pounds, but I ended up like adjusting a couple things, so. I was also ending every day where I had extra calories, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna eat some candy or some junk food to make up my calories, which I don't think is a good way of doing it because I had set my calories like just a little higher. Um, so what I did was I kind of took out that portion of calories just in my regular like budget. It's like if I'm going really lean and I have something I can eat. I bought candy corn. I love candy corn. But I can eat a couple pieces of candy corn at the end of the day, stuff like that. But 80 pounds, yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm kind of there. I'm not losing nearly that much weight, but dang. That's awesome, though. That's an incredible achievement. My kind of, I don't know, corny, arbitrary goal of hitting weight was I'm not so I say I'm not telling anybody. I'm not really telling anybody. Like I talk about it on stream, but not many people know me personally on stream. Um like my wife and my son know I'm you know, like trying to lose weight, and you know, like Zendraw is like the one that knows me in person, that knows that I'm doing this. But otherwise, like I'm not just like telling people. But my goal was to have lost this weight before I see my parents next, which my parents, you know, they live out of state and everything. So and I was like, well, this is good. We saw a bunch this summer, and I've been planning on, you know, starting this whole thing after we did, you know, a bunch of summer stuff. And I was like, cool. It's like, I don't know when they're planning on coming up to Ohio next or what we're doing next, but my goal is to like hit my goal before I see them again. And so going really well. I got a call from my parents, and they said they're coming up. No, the beginning of November they're coming up. Because my son is having a birthday party, and my parents are looking for an excuse to come up, so they're gonna come up and hang out for the weekend and go to his birthday party and everything, which is awesome, perfect. But I'm like, oh crap, like I gotta tell them no. Yeah, yeah. So you know, I got 2.5 weeks or whatever, and we can lose a couple pounds in 2.5 weeks. So a lot more exercise is required, and actually focusing on my macros. That's my thing. Is wasn't doing a great job, like actually keeping my macros in check, which I need to do. Just end up eating a lot of carbs. Mobility and walking to my back. For a year, all I did was fitness and walking and dieting, lost weight. Nice. Yeah. That's cool though. Like, man, yeah. It just takes like consistency, right? I know you worked really hard for that. Like, you had a crazy, like you were doing keto and stuff, which is pretty crazy. I do feel good though. I have an app that I use to track everything I'm doing. And the original goal was like November 16th. I was going to hit my goal. And at one point I was losing weight so fast, which, you know, happens when you're first starting and everything. It had me down to like the middle of October. I think October 16th, which is tomorrow, was my earliest projection date. But then you kind of plateau and it pushed that back, and now it's at like November 6th or November 7th or something. So yeah, I'm just trying to move that needle up a little bit. What I'm trying to do. Yeah. Stationary bike is my preferred thing, but yeah, walks are definitely good for that too. Yeah, I actually, like, lifting weights at the gym won't do much for you. It'll cause you to gain weight, right? Not a bad thing to gain that kind of weight, like muscle, but it's not like a calorie burning, metabolism increasing activity. So good for you. Not saying it isn't. Yeah, my clothes are all too baggy though. Like hitting the inner limits on my belts. And like my gym shorts are too baggy. I can't put like a phone in my gym short pocket. Yeah, yeah. Back of these things should be gold. Sure. Yeah, yeah, just pulling your pants down. Yeah. Yep. It's really annoying. I wear a lot of gym shorts too because I work at home. So I can't take my phone with me when I take the painting son out to his bus. It is official though. Painting son is going to be fencing. He's going to be trying fencing about a month. His class starts. Yeah, the fencing son. Yeah, yeah. He is excited. He's not like ecstatic about it, but he's still in the middle of soccer, so or he's toward the end of soccer, but he's still kind of in that mode. And he's got a lot going on. We have a lot of stuff happening in November anyway, but um, I think he's gonna have fun. I think the first week, I think he'll be pumped, but I think it'll be kind of boring. But it's just like a once a week fencing program. Okay, those parchments, I'm gonna do khaki. I'm gonna do those separate colors. But we can start. I'm gonna do dark neutral gray, right? Yep. Yeah, it's cool. The place he's going, you don't have to provide your own equipment either. So it's a little pricey per month, but it's cool because they provide everything you need. So it's not like you need to go buy him a bunch of equipment. No, no, I bet it's super expensive. Yeah, it should be really cool though. I hope I hope he sticks with it long enough to try like a meet, like a competition. Um, because every sport he's played so far has been a team sport, and I am curious how he likes, like an individual sport. Um, I honestly don't know how and when and what goes on at a fencing meet. Absolutely no idea. But I do know, being in Ohio, there is a big fencing competition at the Arnold Classic, which is a really big thing in Ohio. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger has this big like fitness convention that he puts on in Columbus. And they do a bunch of stuff there, including like a fencing tournament or whatever. Base plate. Dark gray. His cloak is a lot more blue, and I think blue will be a fun color for a cloak, just like a really deep blue. I might start with Payne's Gray on that. That might be a good idea. That's gray, though. A couple more things to do, though. For a lot of shadows, being good for starting a blue cloak. Yeah, because it's kind of desaturating. It gets highlighted into like a little more vibrant highlight. I thought when I got this mini, I thought about magnetizing his backpack and printing out a jump pack, and then I could have a swap them between a jump pack librarian. I don't currently have any characters of the jump pack, but that'd be pretty cool. Who knows? Maybe I'll do that at the last minute or something. Backpack on. It's really easy, and the cloak, it like touches his elbows and stuff, but it doesn't like hook in or anything. Everything on his back is fully detailed, so there's no need to worry about like random bits that won't look good. Really well made mini overall. Happy with this mini. Black color. It sounds very Night Lordsy. But again, being a Thousand Sun, I can run this dude as librarian or any of the consoles. Like, he makes sense for just about everybody. Because they're Thousand Suns, they just use psychic powers to do the thing that they're good at. That's it. Yeah, the Master Signals, yeah. Master Signals is really good, especially with the, what is it, the Guard of the Crimson King, Rite of War, where you deep strike a bunch of stuff. You know, obviously influencing your deep strikes. I think next time I play the Blood Angels player that we have in our group, I think I'll take a Master Signals against him. I normally don't like to counter pick, but he brings that Day of Ascension Rite of War like every time. And it's really obnoxious, and I feel like just straight up giving him a 50-50 shot of like completely ruining his army. It's a lot better than just him doing whatever. whatever he wants, getting off all the charges and all the things. Oh, yeah, it can mishap. Yep. It can, or it can be disordered or whatever. That's what it is. Yeah, it just can't scatter, but you still roll for the whatever on the deep strike assault. I can't remember what the word is now. Yeah, the only thing is it doesn't scatter. Deep strike is pretty brutal. Yeah. Yeah, the last time we played a big battle. It wasn't the second to last time I played him, but my strategy, because you put that point down before armies deploy, right? So there's a lot of like preparation you can do for it. Most of the time it doesn't do any good, but what I did one time I played him, he deployed, we had this weird like a kind of arrow point shaped, like triangle shaped deployment zones, and what I did was he put it like right at the tip of that arrow. So what I did was I moved my army up, and I gave him, it was really funny. I tried all the shenanigans, but because you had to deploy within 6 inches of that spot. So I moved all my infantry up. I screened out everything but one specific spot where he could go, like right at the edge of that 6-inch bubble. Like the only little, because if you don't allow a spot in that 6 inches, then they can deep strike anywhere and they scatter like normal. But if you give them one spot, then they have to come down right there. They can't choose to just deep strike anywhere else. So I put everything, I filled up that entire bubble except one little spot. And then what I did was I took, I had a pyromancy sorcerer or whatever. It was my dreadnought. And I casted my fireball spell, and I targeted that spot. So I put the fireball and they kind of scattered around, and so they sit there for a whole turn. And so he deep strikes into them. They count as dangerous terrain, and he takes a strength 6 hit on everybody that touches that when they deep strike in. So he always drops a Moritat first, like on his own. So he puts that Moritat down and like, which you can always like intercept and everything. Like there was a bunch of things you can do, but like that was my way of like, yeah, Angel Thump fire speed. What? Yeah, that was what I did. It worked out pretty well. It could have worked out better. I think we were kind of rushing at the end where we didn't like look at all the possibilities. I think really the best thing to use against them is intercept. Yeah. I take a TPD throwing fireballs at angels. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, the Land Raider Explorer. I do have one of those. The difference is the Master Signals does everything that the Explorer does, and he is like less than half the points. But yeah, the Master Signals and the Explorer both do the same thing. The Scramblers or whatever they have on them. It's the Augury Web, right? I think that's what it's called. Yeah. So you have a thing. There are two sides to it. You can basically decide to turn it on or off. And if you turn it off, then all of the deep striking units in your army, or your deep strike assault, you can re-roll if they come in or not. I think that's right. Maybe that's a different ability where you can choose to do that. But if you turn it on, every deep strike that comes in mishaps on, it's a 50-50 mishap chance, like a 1 to 3 they mishap. Or they come in disordered or whatever. The problem with that is, like, if I were to try to counter deep strike them, that would affect me too if I came in on the same turn. So guess the idea is to run that stuff without a deep striker. Then I'd want like a command squad to put Land Raider. I like my Land Raider like Explorer. I think it's really cool, but I don't have a good squad that uses it, you know, because it's not an assault transport and it only holds 8 minis. It'll work really well for like command squads. Okay. Let's get out our smaller brush. It's dark gray. We have to get bits here. Not on his like head crest, just on these shoulder pieces. I think we'll get out the gray. You know, another really good counter to deep strike are anything with a is it an Auspex scanner, which just about every unit can take, or a helical targeting array on a dreadnought. So you take a Contemptor with, you know, double Gravis Melta or something, you know, something like that. And then they deep strike, and you just get a free intercept reaction, and you just Melta something that you want. Or do things like that. You take like a Volkite Culverin heavy support squad with a intercept reaction on him, a free intercept reaction, and then a unit deep strikes, and you just hit him with like 45 Volkite Culverin hits or whatever. What? How many shots is that? You know, I want to look that up real quick. And I think if you have a Tech Marine with him, giving him that, I think he makes the whole unit ballistic skill 5. Yeah, it'd be 50. It'd be 50, and then does the Tech Marine? He gets him +1 to hit, right? So long to open. My internet messing up. Oh, okay. Is Wahapedia down? No, okay. It's like their homepage was down. Oh, it is like messing up. Hey, Raja, what's up? Every other, yeah. Gotta look this up. Where is it? Tech Marine Covenant. Let's see. Okay, he gets the Cognis Signum. All other models get +1 to their ballistic skill. So you get... Yeah, I mean, I love Volkite weapons, but they all kind of like it like... It's like diminishing returns, right? And Volkite Culverins are cheap, too. Let's see. 175 plus 50, 225 is a good way to put that. Yeah, because like the bigger they get, it's like they don't do much more, right? Well, we can math this out real quick. So you got 50 shots hitting on 2s, that's 42 hits. Wounding on 2s, that's 35 wounds. That is possibly 11 to 12 wounds on a power armored unit, like unsaved, before Deflagrate. So that's like up to 15 wounds. That's crazy. Just another day in the trenches, yeah. Too bad. Hopefully your day's going quick. We're getting out. What did we say? We said Payne's Gray, right? Yeah, let's get some Payne's Gray. Fifteen, or okay, so 11.6 unsaved wounds on a power armored squad. Like you're just wiping out a squad of assault marines or whatever at that point. With an intercept reaction, which is huge. That's a big deal when you're talking about deep strikers. Okay, this is our Payne's Gray. And we're back of this cloak. This. I could just do a purple like everything else, but I feel like I have a lot of purple as like character cloaks, and I wanted this guy to be a little different. Have a little bit of individuality. And the GW Mini has this, so... New Space Marine 2 trailer. No. They have new trailer. Was it for like the DLC coming or something? Uh-uh. What's the god in there? Okay, PvE mission is a Biotitan. Alright, that was something that people had talked about. I remember hearing someone talk about that like last week. That's what they think the mission's gonna be. It's like taking out a Biotitan. Because it was either hinted at or mentioned or something. That's cool. And it's like Dark Angels stuff, right? I posted all those rumors I found on the Discord, and so far there have been like 2 or 3 that have happened. One of those rumor posts was like, hey, this week this stuff is going to be announced, and one of the things has come true. So I'm curious, and there was some stuff he missed, so I'm curious. You know, I don't know what to feel about the track record of that rumor poster yet. Neo-Volkite pistol, Dark Angels Cosmic. Who gets the Neo-Volkite? Skill trees for Auto Bolter, Plasma Pistol, Power Sword. Oh, okay. For Season Pass owners, that's dumb. Estus Aquilins right now, they're fantastic kid. That's cool. Everyone gets the Neo-Volkite pistol. Okay, alright. Like the Eldar with Baharoth? Yeah. I know, I feel like you're probably referencing like Monster Hunter or something. Well, like the dude is he's a big character for the Eldar. I don't expect that to be announced this week. I hate doing the edges of apes. It's not too bad. Okay, so we got the Payne's Gray. Very slightly different from the actual Dark Neutral Gray, but I didn't spell anything. I just copy pasted. Okay, I don't know. I copy pasted or screenshot stuff. It say, oh yeah, just say it says Baroth. Yeah. I don't know. People misspell stuff. It's raining and cold. I'm sorry about that. You at work right now? Unique skill trees. I wonder if they'll do like a heavy bolter or power fist for Imperial Fist. Yeah, that'd be cool. Ace Ring 2 in a week and a half. Yeah, I played a little bit last week or this weekend. Yeah, I played a little bit, but khaki. Be some silver and then see what kind of time we got. Why he's holding this little tapestry thing. But it's a thing. It's got a scroll right here. Some Monster Hunter fan is infiltrating 40k rumors. Yeah, I not saying I necessarily believe all the rumors, but I remember a day long ago in the Warhammer community and the Games Workshop community where there were people on forums that were like rumor mongers, and they were like, you know, some were more reliable than others, some had different like perspectives of things, but it was always fun to follow like the rumors. That to me was always really enjoyable, just to like see what could be coming. And that, like, Games Workshop, no, because people were doing that like way before Valrak. um Valrak is in a unique spot because that kind of stuff doesn't happen anymore, and there's just Valrak, which has like a friend that works in printing, you know, for like White Dwarfs or something, so he gets to see things early, you know. And but Games Workshop has done a lot to shut down like actual rumors and stuff about releases coming out ahead of time. So it kind of killed that whole like rumor sphere. I used to follow that stuff all the time. It was really fun. So I thought it was really cool when, you know, this weekend I'm just like browsing random discords and I come across someone talking about rumors from a forum, and a reliable rumor person posting stuff, and like this whole list of like releases for 2025 and all these different things. I was like, well, this is really interesting. This is like really like old school rumor mongering. So I thought it'd be fun to post and kind of keep track. I thought about editing my original like copy paste post as like things happen or don't happen, just to see, just like have fun and like track it. I don't want to be a person that's like, well, this person has a 65%, you know, accuracy rating, and so we shouldn't believe what they say. But I just think it'd be fun to like, you know, have stuff to look forward to and to see what actually comes out. Okay, so we got those. So we're like getting close being finished with just the base colors. We just need some silver. That's our next color. So Valrak is a youngin in the community, so comes to all the rumors stuff. Was there any more GW articles posted? They posted an article about the new Mechanicum box, or a campaign. It was a campaign coming out in the Dark Mechanicum book, right? Like ways to play an escalation campaign, I think is what that is, which is really cool. Too bad it's just for Legions Imperialis. I do think the GW rumor mill from today is a Dark Mechanicus, like 28 mil mini. That gun is like, it looks exactly like what it needs to look like. Be one of those. I believe. Hey, Raja, thank you so much for the sub, man. I appreciate that. That's my sound alerts. I keep saying that. Mac Walker on the book. It's a big version. Yeah. They show it next to, and it could be like a digital render, but they know that digital render is in like the 28 mil scale, because they show it next to some of the what are the little zombie guys? Can't remember what they're called, but like the infantry for AdMech. Yeah, is very, very clearly 28 mil or whatever the big scale is. Big scale heresy stuff. And GW said in 2025 a new faction is coming for Heresy, for Big Heresy. So. And am I crazy, or is that Dark Mech stuff up for pre-order this weekend? Don't care about Kill Team so much. They did reveal a starter set. Yeah, the hero box. Yeah, I think that was cool. With MDF terrain, which is really weird. That box is like really out there for GW. No, it's not Xenos. It's Dark Mechanicum. They don't do Xenos in Heresy. Xenos are all but dead in Heresy. Like, the orcs were the last threat, and the whole thing that kicked off the Heresy was them wiping out the orcs. Pop the box open, snap fit the minis. Like, yeah, that's probably the idea of like the ultimate intro to Kill Team. Just everything being like snap fit like that. Doesn't stop it from being really strange though. I like random Space Marine minis, but I don't care for the Space Marines in that one. I don't play Death Guard and like the dudes in that box. Like, they look fine. Not my cup of tea. That was, I think, the first confirmed correct thing about the rumors that I posted, though. That was going to be announced this week. So, if we're tracking people, that is certainly one of them. It goes in the W column. Then you have like the reindeer gnome that was not called. It was still announced yesterday, so. Marines in the Kill Team are boring. Yeah. I kind of agree. You know, I think it's alright. Not super interested in the Plague Marines. I know those Plague Marines have like a story though. Like one of those dudes is like a 40k staple, and it was only available in those Heroes boxes for a long time and was selling for tons of money. So people were saying this is the cheapest way to get them in like the past few years. Schemes, yeah. I don't think the Space Marines in that kit look bad. It's just I don't see a use for them outside of Kill Teams. So like, to me, it's of limited value, right? Yeah, Shadow Sun. I think you hit it right on the head with that. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh well. Okay. This is directed at blue a little bit. The Votann stuff in Necromunda is amazing looking. I do not like Votann in 40k at all. I don't like their aesthetic. I really don't. The Necromunda Votann are getting all of the cool stuff. That trike is way cooler than the jet bikes. They have like a dreadnought-esque thing that's cool, like a robot. It's like a Castellan-sized robot, which is really cool. They have like the cool like Terminator armor stuff. I feel like Necromunda has all the cool stuff. Yeah. Like, why can't they just put that stuff in 40k? Just put those minis in 40k. Yeah. All right, Ghost. So you have a good one, man. I hope you end up feeling a little better. Hope your day's not completely shot. Wish we got cool stuff for 40k. Yeah. Missing all the character and charm of the squats. I think that might be it. Like, GW really took a risk with the aesthetic for Leagues of Votann, And for me personally, it's a miss. However, I think the Squats and Necromunda are really hitting that a lot better. But I think I would like to see a lot of elements for Leagues of Votann that's like utilizing like big drone-like robots and, you know, more beefy, like durable units, and not a focus on speed, which I think is really strange for like a dwarf-themed faction. And like everything else about them like leans into being dwarves, and they're just like, yeah, we got a bunch of fast stuff. Got a need for speed. Quiz: how many new monster vehicles have they released since Leviathan? How many new monsters or vehicles have they released since Leviathan for 40k? There's been the big since Leviathan. Yeah, just the Tyranid, the big Tyranid monster, and is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, Smago. Smago had it. Bug computer leaders turned into the other big computer leaders turned into the big model. Yeah. That'd be pretty cool, yeah. Alright. Got some colors, get a little bit more here. Some of these little perhaps over the parchment. I want to be able to wash this mini on my own. Wasn't too bad of a mini to paint. This mini really goes into like what I like about Games Workshop minis, which is they have really good separation of detail and they're really paintable. It makes them, you know, while it has a lot of detail on it, it ends up being very easy to paint just because all the detail is separated out so well. So I like that. And we'll get into the details another time. I don't know if I'll be on stream, maybe Sunday or something, but 2024 with 2025 with the year of chaos. Yeah. I thought 2024 was the year of chaos. I think they bamboozled us with the year of chaos. Yeah, probably a ton of stuff in 2025. Like I said, I have a big copy paste and a screenshot that I posted in general chat that cover rumors. One of them, the screenshot is for stuff like supposed to be announced this week. That currently has a one or two things correct so far. The other thing, it's only Tuesday, right? It's only Tuesday. The other one is like a 2025 release. Like these are the things for various games are coming out in 2025. So you can give that stuff a look if you want to read current rumors, whether, you know, they are true or not. It's still fun to speculate and see what's going on, right? Possibly rules update on Thursday, yeah. As long as we get Heresy Thursday and we get something for Big Heresy, I'll be happy. The fact that they just oopsied and showed off more Mechanica minis for Imperialis makes me think there's a chance we're not going to get Big Heresy announcement, but who knows? You know, if they did it every other week, they traded back and forth, I'd be okay with that. Heresy Thursday has become sad, though, so we have to share it. Okay. Well, we have base colors on this mini. Our biggest tournament in Denmark on Thursday. Oh, it's on Thursday, and that's when they're supposed to update the rules? Oh my gosh. Hey, Guardians, what's up? How are you doing? Yeah, so some cool stuff there. I think something I thought was really cool was that for Imperialis, the Dark Mechanicum, the big, like, Arachnid Walker things, Skillax or whatever they call them, they can be used in Titanicus, which I thought was a really neat like extra thing. Like just having a swarm of bugs like swarming over like titans and stuff just sounds like really cool and thematic. Not that I play Adeptus Titanicus or Legions Imperialis, but I thought that was really cool. Really cool, like little addition that they probably didn't have to do, but since they did, I'm happy about it. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna call the stream there today. I think we're gonna raid out real quick. Yeah, let me look for someone. Glorious Badger. I follow Glorious Badger. We can raid. Ooh, someone's painting Old World stuff. Yeah, it's cool. We'll raid Ren Temple. Painting Bretonia. So let's go say hi to Ren Temple, guys. Yeah, well, thank you so much, guys, for coming to hang out. Sorry for the late stream. I hope tomorrow is better and a little more on time and everything. And yeah, hope we have a great stream tomorrow. But yeah, it was great to see everybody. And you guys have a wonderful afternoon and evening. Bye, everybody.